Well, it is, Cam, and many others senior day here today. And Cam, let's start on that. Your last time playing football in the Carrier Dome. I see the emotion starting here. What do you think it's going to be like this week?
Wow, I mean, it's surreal, I have so many memories in the Carrier Dome as a fan and as a player now. And have it come to an end is, there's a lot to look back on and reflect on, and it's sad to see it end, but, I'm certainly thankful to Syracuse for everything it's done.
For most going through this week, it's a 4 or 5 year experience. For you, it's a lifetime experience. I imagine the reflection's a lot longer than your teammates here.
It is, and this place holds a special place in my heart. And so much of my growing up was done on the field here in the Dome as a ball boy, and then as a player. And so yeah, there's a lot of emotions, and it's going to be pretty surreal.
It's been amazing this season that you've gotten into a role, and we'll talk about that in a bit, but that Mackey's also been here as part of the coaching staff. What's the relationship been like, the two brothers getting to finally be on the same team here together?
It's awesome. I mean, first of all, Mackey, I think, is a great coach. I think he's going to be a great coach, and I've had the chance to experience that firsthand. And he cares about all his players, and, as his brother, he cares a lot about me and my success. And I'm really glad I got to share this last season of football for me with him.
And certainly he's got no better mentor than his grandfather to learn coaching from originally. But what's it like for you guys as a senior class? Because it's always interesting how groups come together. You're not the biggest senior class, but you guys have been through a lot. You obviously a transfer in here and multiple coaches. How have you guys taken this year and gotten into the leadership role with Coach Babers?
Yeah, I mean, it's, this class has been through a lot. And as the older guys or the old heads on the team, people look to us for leadership, and we're a close class, and it's going to be it's a little sad that this is the last time we're taking the field together, but I'm really proud of what we've accomplished and the way we've accomplished what we have, and ultimately I think that we did our best to represent Syracuse well.
You never know how veteran groups are going to go when a new coach comes in, because obviously they got brought in by other people. Are you impressed how this group has come together, certainly as the season's gone along, and everyone seems to be pointing in the same direction right now?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we just want to win as a class, and that's our objective today, just as it was when Coach Babers was first hired. And I think I speak on behalf of the class when I say we're a little sad that we only get 1 year in this system, because I think this program's headed for great things under his leadership, and I think that the future is bright with some of the younger guys that are coming up through the ranks right now.
For you personally, when you transferred in, it was as a quarterback out of Georgetown. You turned yourself into a tight end. I don't think you even knew if you would ever get on the field, and you've started every game this season. How did you push yourself this far?
Yeah, I mean, thankfully I've had a lot of good coaching along the way. The competition in the tight end room has been great, but it's also been mutually supportive, and we're all just trying to be the best player that we all can be, and making the transition, it was tough. I had no idea. Sometimes I think back of like when I first learned to block or first learned to run routes, and I looked like a robot. But it's we've come a long way, and it, this is a good point to reflect on that, and also keep our eye on the ball and try and get a couple more wins to close out this season.
All right, we'll start with Florida State here. Let's get into this game a little bit. We saw Zach Mahoney make his first start of the season last week. If it is him again this week, he'll add Florida State to Clemson and LSU if teams he's started against already. What is it about Zach that gives you some confidence, even though if you don't have your starting quarterback in Eric?
Well, I think any quarterback we line up is going to do great things. But Zach's a baller. He comes out. He's a tough kid. He wants to win, and that's the bottom line. And that's what I appreciate. Playing on that that same side of the ball with him is that passion and intensity and just the drive to want to win. And it's great to know that there's someone behind center, really whoever it is, that has that competitive drive.
And coaches said about Zach and about Eric that, hey, it's not fair to ask Zach to do what Eric did. He was the starting quarterback for a reason, and most teams have one of those guys. What can the rest of you do to sort of elevate the team here this week?
Yeah, I mean, we have to do our job. Like Zach has to do his job, and Eric has to do his job. So it's all about executing, and we have to execute at the highest level we can. That's the objective all the time. But when we have some stress at some other positions, it becomes even more important as an offense.
All right, and lastly, Cam, still a lot to play for, as you say here. You're trying to still push for bowl eligibility and all that. What's the biggest challenge toward getting there against Florida State here?
I mean, they're a really good team. I don't have to tell you that. I mean, their personnel is great. They've got a good coach. They're good with technique. And I think a lot of it is believing in ourselves and coming out with that sort of that fire in our gut and saying we're going to do everything we can to win this game, and going home with no regrets.
All right, Cam, I think I can say for everybody, we've enjoyed watching your success here, and enjoy your senior day.
Thanks a lot.